Chapter 31, Silly. Dear Elise, I just got back from the trip and it was awesome. But let's get down to business. You don't have that much time left in 6th grade, and this is what you need to do. Number 1, survive being in Miss Sigafous's class. Number 2, figure out Liam's deal once and for all. Number 3, come up with more opinions on things like nail polish colors and bras, just in case Jag invites me somewhere with her friends and I have to answer more difficult questions. Number 4, do stuff, and maybe think about stuff too. Or think about stuff and don't do stuff. It might be okay to just do whatever feels right, I think. Number 5, find out who wrote the rest of these notes. And number 6, and one more thing, you might need to break up with Nice Andy. Catch you later, March Elise. I closed my notebook and started to unpack when Dad called for me from downstairs. What's going on? I asked. Dad was sitting at the big brown dining room table with his hands folded. He looked like he was trying to sit really still, but a few of his fingers kept popping out and tapping against each other. Hey, he looked up. Sorry to pull you away from your unpacking. I know how much you love putting things away. We both giggled nervously. Why was this so awkward? So, what's up? Dad twiddled his thumbs. Mom thought I should tell you. No, I wanted to tell you. Well, what you did on your trip, rescuing yourself like that, staying calm under scary circumstances, was really brave, and I'm very proud of you. I don't know what it was about Dad had just said, but my smile stretched all the way across my whole face. Dad hadn't said something this awesome to me, well, ever. Yeah, I'm a born explorer, I said with a little laugh. Ha! Dad did a real giggle this time, not a nervous one. It was so cool, laughing with my dad. You're silly. Dad's face turned white as he gasped, and threw both hands over his mouth like he had said something absolutely terrible. I burst into an enormous fit of giggles as Silly popped up on my elbow. It really, really tickled. That didn't bother you? Dad's eyes got as big as pizzas. No, I gave him a funny look. Silly isn't the worst thing I've ever been called, Dad. I'm in 6th grade. Before I knew what was happening, Dad got up from the table and smushed me into a gigantic hug. The kind of hug where you can't breathe but you don't mind at all. When the hug ended and we pulled apart, I asked, Is that why you never talk to me about anything important? You'll think you'll call me silly and I'll die? Dad laughed, but his face was serious. Elise, do you remember the very first word that ever made you itch? Of course, I said. Poopy head. He sighed. No, it wasn't. It was when you were 2. We were playing together and you accidentally knocked over a vase that was really important to me because it belonged to my mom, your grandma, whom you never got to meet. I knew you didn't do it on purpose, but I was upset, and in the heat of the moment I scolded you, saying you were a bull in a china shop. Dad took a deep breath. Since the bad name was a phrase instead of a word, it took up almost your whole 2-year-old arm. You were miserable, screaming bloody murder, throwing yourself on the ground, kicking, sobbing. We took you to the emergency room and they had to give you a shot to calm you down. You started seeing Dr. Patel a lot more frequently after that. And I was scared of accidentally calling you a name that would hurt you or, literally scar you for life. So I decided that I'd avoid talking to you about anything that could get too serious or personal. He chuckled. Mom's been trying to get me into therapy for years. I don't know, maybe it's time. I hate being someone you only talk to about traffic and the weather. I took a breath as all of this sank in. You called me a bull in a china shop? I raised my eyebrows in a joking, mad kind of way. Yeah, Dad sighed. Dad, I am a bull in a china shop. I can be super clumsy. Everyone is sometimes. Dad looked scared, but I made an extra effort to stay calm. We both watched as bull in a china shop and clumsy popped up near my shoulder. I'm okay, Dad, see? I smiled. Bull in a china shop and clumsy itched like little small mosquito bites did. A little annoying, but not that bad. Nothing I couldn't handle. Dad got a huge grin on his face and pulled me into another hug. I love you, he said, for who you've been, who you are, and who you'll be. You're wonderful in every way, Elise. Thanks, I said. You're pretty cool yourself. As I climbed up the stairs after our hug, I turned back to look at Dad. He had a goofy look on his face, kind of like he had just read a mushy-gushy greeting card and was about to cry in a happy way. I felt a little like happy crying too. When I got upstairs, I had a text from Nice Andy. "How are you tonight? You look so lovely at school today." Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Yikes. Lovely? He was running out of compliments if he had to go to lovely. It sprang up on my wrist right in between awesome and cool. It was nice, but I didn't really need it. Like, I was totally good with awesome and cool and okay and all the others. And I didn't even need Nice Andy to get those, because I felt that way about myself.